Hello, everyone. Welcome to the third episode of the Knowing Basketball podcast. My name's Ethan.
I'm
Oh, I'm
Ryan.
Jesse.
Okay, that works. Okay. So, first topic I want to talk about today, the rumors of James Harden leaving my Sixers. Obviously James Harden is a star in this league, led the league in assists last season. He's going to be a very good, debatable. He's going to be an impactful player wherever he goes, whether that be off his playing or off his salary. So let's talk about it. Where do you guys think he's going to end up?
I think most of the rumors are saying he's gonna go to the Clippers, but I don't really know how that fit's gonna work. So I don't know. But he is like that's what a lot of the rumors I'm seeing are saying.
What's going on? All right, Brian, you're
Uh,
a resident Clippers fan in the friend group. Why don't you tell us your thoughts about him joining the Clippers?
I was gonna say every time I hop on this podcast, I feel like Stephen A. Smith. But
Shut up.
what?
um, as much as I want Harden on the Clippers, I just don't think it's happening. I think Harden's gonna stay with the Sixers. Actually, I don't think he's leaving.
Okay, but then you have like a kind of mad player who has 1 year left on his contract. He could just choose to sit out the rest of the season. Okay, yeah, let's talk about it. If he doesn't get traded by this like before the season starts, which I definitely see as a possibility because Daryl Morey fucking waited like half a year to get Ben Simmons out of Philly. Um, I still think he's probably going to go to either Miami or the Clippers. If he does go to the Clippers, I think it has to be at least a 3 or 4 team deal because I don't know if the Clippers really have anything that Philly wants. Obviously, like one of the biggest possibilities is like a Dame Miami Clippers Harden or like Clippers Sixers. If like there is going to be a 4 team trade this season, I feel like that's the most likely just because Miami wants Dame so badly. Dame wants to go to Miami, I guess badly. Portland does not give a shit about what he wants. And then like Harden wants to go to the Clippers. It's kind of like switching it up, right? There's going to be like a big square loop. Um the way I can see this happening is that if honestly, like even another team like Brooklyn could get involved because they actually want Tyler Hero. And any Miami trade for Dame, Tyler Hero is definitely going to be like a big, if not the center trade piece. Um, and then Harden to the Clippers. Maybe the Clippers send out a few picks, maybe even like one of their stars in Kawhi Leonard or PG picks, role players. I don't know if they have any. Probably they have like a young player or two that they can trade off to another destination. Brooklyn would probably get Tyler Hero and then send out maybe Cam Johnson. That's all I can really say. Maybe send out a pick or two too in order to just like get their secured value in Hero. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
All right, all right. Yeah,
I mean, it's
like what do you think the James Harden trade is gonna be? Give your predictions.
I have no idea. I think you're right. It definitely has to be like a multi-team deal, at least like where we're sitting right now with in terms of like the assets, the Clippers, and the fit and everything. But like either way, I would love to see James Harden right next to Russell Westbrook again because they were next to each other in Houston in the bubble and they were doing really good. And then I just want to see that happen, but I don't think it's gonna happen with all four of the Clipper stars like on the same team with Kawhi, PG, Russ, and Harden all on the same team. So we'll see.
I think I would like much rather see Kawhi, if maybe in a trade package because I know he hasn't been really healthy, and it's just um, I would like to see Kawhi on a new team. I think PG and Harden, if that it does end up happening, I think it could be like a really good duel between those two, which I just think it's really good. Other than that, I'm not really sure. Um, uh, I think I don't think Harden's actually going to get traded. I think he's not going to sit out a season because like his main focus right now is winning a ring, and we saw last year how he was willing to like take a pay cut to win that ring or try to win that ring. But yeah, I think his main concern is just like winning right now, and I'm not sure. I doubt he's going to sit out a season. If he does want to leave in free agency, he will leave in free agency next season. But
Yeah, that's the other thing. I think if Philly just allows him to play this year, he might just like half-ass it. And then next year he's gonna be walking for nothing basically to Philadelphia. And I think it's a lot better if they were able to ship him off for a package and extend their window with Embiid probably in his late prime for a few more years. I don't know.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, like either way, I think the Philly front office is gonna have to try to get like real like win now asset in return for Harden. Because I think there was like a rumor that was like if Embiid's not satisfied with what they get back, it's not like out of the picture that Embiid's gonna like try to get out too.
yeah, Sixers are fucking cooked. Rip. All right.
Yeah,
Next
they
topic.
lost a lot of like free agents this summer too.
Yeah, okay, yeah. If we wanted to go that deep into it, like they lost Shake Milton and Georges Niang. They're also about to lose Paul Reed to the fucking Utah Jazz. Why
Oh
Paul Reed wants to
yeah,
go to Utah? I have no idea. Do not ask me. I don't know. We lost Niang. The Sixers lost Niang. I just gave up on like the Sixers offseason is fucking doomed.
but off of losing Yang, I think the Cavs are gonna be fun to watch because they addressed a lot of like their biggest problem, which was like 3-point shooting,
Yeah, they
and they got Niang, they got Strus. But I don't know why they re-signed Karis LeVert because Karis LeVert doesn't fit too well in their offense. Karis LeVert fits like because they already have like the two like primary like creators, which is Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. So you just need like a catch and shoot guy. Like Karis LeVert is more like a he's more like a number two. He's more like a number one. Like he needs to create his own shot.
I think they might have signed him for the bench depth and then just to gas him up for a trade. Because every time you add like extensions onto, every time you get a set like a good contract for a player, you have like increased trade value. Would you rather have one guy on like a good deal, or would you have multiple years of that guy on a good deal? In a sense, I think if they're banking on the fact that he's going to be able to do well on the bench, and then some other team is going to want him to ship him off, get some trade assets
Okay.
like mid-season. Yeah, I don't know, like just
Yeah,
flipping,
that's
you know.
let's just go through like the rest of like free agency real quick.
Yeah, okay, let's
Um,
talk about the Phoenix Suns.
okay, yeah. First off, they signed Drew Eubanks, I think, which is, I mean, they just signed a bunch of depth, which is like really amazing to see. But they're also like
Yeah, I feel
out
like
of
the
money.
Suns are kind of finessing the system in a little bit, and like I'm not dissing them or anything. Like this is a great plan. As much as I hate the Suns, like it's going great. They're just marketing their core of like four stars. Is it four now? Yeah, like Aiton Beal, KD Booker. They're just marketing it to free agents, and they're like, yeah, I'll come on like a vet min deal or just literally just a min deal so I can get a ring, pop the fuck off on the bench, and then leave. This is
Yeah,
yeah, this is great.
yeah. So for Phoenix, like Drew Eubanks, he's a really underrated shot blocker. I think he led the league in blocks off the bench last year. They got Keita Bates-Diop, which does not move the needle at all. They got Damian Lee back. Who else they got? They got I'm blanking.
They're about to
I
get
think
like
the biggest one is Utah. Like I think like
Watanabe.
3-point shooting, yeah, that like I think that was huge for the Suns. Just like an extra piece, maybe off the bench coming up, just like just a really good 3-point shooter,
yeah, he
right?
was
Also
hot,
Eric
wasn't he?
Gordon. Eric Gordon's also like
Eric
a
Gordon,
super
Chimezi,
good
no,
3-point
never
shooter.
mind. Chimezi Metu does not do anything.
No, Chimezie Metu moves the needle. He's my guy. He's so good, bro. He's
Who?
like G League Defensive Player of the Year or something.
Chimezi Metu, Chile. Yup, yup. You're right. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's it. Josh Okogie is back. I guess that's cool. Yeah, overall, I just give like the Suns like A plus offseason. Like they had minimal cap space to work with. They were able to market their team. They weren't even able to just like sign good contracts. They were just like, we're gonna be good. Come with us to ring chase. Honestly, I respect it. As much as I hate the Suns, A plus offseason so far.
Yeah, I mean, like even though they signed so many people, they're still missing a point guard in my opinion. Like right now, their offense is probably going to look like just like everyone just go for it because you have like three like just shooters.
On the wall to the Phoenix Suns.
I think I
It's
think
gonna
that
be fun to
like
watch.
when you have like so many stars, I think that's about offense eventually. I think it just works. Like I think that if you have enough star power, right? Like if everyone just takes turn like ISOing, I think it could work if a team is just good enough, right? Like I think Miami, like LeBron's super team, I don't think they had super good chemistry, right? Like I don't think it was like I don't think there was a lot of playmaking. They didn't have like a really good point guard. but I just think that like because like everyone was like you have LeBron, you have like D Wade, right? Like I think that alone makes you a title favorite, no matter like if you have like the point guard or not.
So
So
you're just saying like the talent outweighs the hard work or like the nitty
yeah,
itty
whatever a point guard would bring. I just think like even without playmaking, this team is still like
no playmaking, just ISO.
yeah, like
I think we'll
isolation
have to
team. This
see.
team is still making 60 wins.
Okay,
I
yeah.
we'll have to see. I don't know if that play style will hold up in the playoffs though, because like we know they're gonna make the playoffs if everyone stays healthy.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, if somebody get like if one of their big three trio gets injured, it's over. Like you just wait. Like okay, maybe not like if they get like a season-ending injury, the Suns are fucking doomed, bro. Because they lock themselves up for like the next year-ish, so that they can't sign any more. Well, they can't sign new players, and some of the deals for like some of the bench, they just sign their deals are going to expire. If they don't win it with
yeah.
literally this year is like their obvious biggest chance. Next year, some of the free agents leave. It dips down a little bit or a lot of it, but after that, it's fucking over, bro.
I think the
Let's
Suns
move
are like
on to. Oh, okay, never mind. Go ahead, BH.
okay. Yeah, I just think like the Suns like they're the most like win now team in the NBA right now. Like no other team is like as like they literally threw everything into
Yeah,
this
I'd
like
argue that this is like one of, if not the biggest win now off seasons I've ever seen in my life. Well, not I haven't been along that much, but like probably in the entire NBA, right? Like they just do not give a shit. Full luxury tax, hit the hard salary cap. Fuck it, we're going all in this year. Kind of
I
mentality.
mean like I guess like Houston when they got like Clyde Drexler, but like I mean like yeah, it's definitely something like that. Maybe Brooklyn when they got the big three
Okay, no,
that failed.
yeah, I think off
Let's just
season
move on for the rest of free agency. Kyle Kuzma re-signed. I really wanted to see him go to the Kings because I feel like that fit would be good. He's like a good like mid like defender, like playmaker that could just like fit right into the high-paced offense. But I guess he just couldn't get that amount of money anywhere else. So I guess he's staying
he
in
got a
OC.
fucking bag in Washington. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
that's a crazy amount of pay. Kobe White. I like his game. I feel like the stats don't do him justice. The Bulls do need a point guard desperately, and I
All
guess the extension's
right,
worth it. I
Paul.
guess. Yeah.
Let's talk
And
about
there's
the
like no better options.
let's talk about the Rockets. What
The
are they doing?
Rockets. Oh,
What the fuck are the Rockets doing, bro? I do you guys see the
well,
vision?
there's been so many trades. I guess right now we can talk about like Fred VanVleet and Dylan Brooks. Um, Fred VanVleet shot like 39% from the field last season.
He
I don't
he
I
and
don't know if
Dylan
I want to see him running an
led the
offense
league.
next to Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green, bro.
Yeah,
bro,
the
that's
Dylan Green is
insanely
already like a
underrated.
volume scorer, which means he's just inefficient and shot chucking. And then they added the fucking worst two field goal percentages in the NBA.
Like
But
I saw the contract at first, right? It was like 130. I thought it was gonna be like 4 years, right? No, but it's 3 years, 130 over 3 years.
it's crazy to me that they didn't get Kyrie because like that's more than they paid Kyrie. They had to use that money somewhere. And like I don't know why Kyrie didn't sign with them. And they just drafted like a 6'7" point guard who's gonna be better than Fred VanVleet. I guess Fred VanVleet is your best option, like if you have that much money.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean like they could have I don't know. I feel like they could have used their money to sign good players instead of just stars. Because Fred VanVleet is like even just a borderline star. I
Yeah.
mean, he made the All-Star team a few times, but I wouldn't say he's like an established star. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like they
I
could have.
mean,
Yeah, go
I think
ahead.
Houston's just in a weird place right now because they have so much young talent, but they just signed like what, like Jeff Green and then Dylan Brooks, and like it feels like they're trying to develop it, but
They're trying to
it's
like
hard,
create
man.
like a culture, veteran culture, but the problem with this is that all the veterans are getting are just money hungry. They're just going there because Houston gave them the biggest bag, and you have Jalen Green fucking humping his teammates for fun,
Okay.
and then you have
Thank God he got traded.
Ime Udoka.
And then he got traded. Like that's the only
Yeah.
chemistry they
Yeah,
had too. How tragic. What's next? Brucey B.
R.I.P. Nuggets.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, like Bruce Brown is a really good player. If you plug him into any system, I feel like he's gonna do just fine. But
He's just a three
it's
and
it's a
with
what'd you
a
say?
little. He's like a 3-and-D with a sprinkle of playmaking with him. I think.
Yeah, and he played like center for a bit for the Nets. But like I think the deal is not that terrible for the Pacers either because I think the second year isn't guaranteed. So you're just getting 20 mil like for sure on the first year. But 20 mil is still a lot for Bruce Brown. I guess we'll just have to see like how he works instead of Tyrese Halliburton, which is gonna be good. But
I feel like Bruce
20
Brown is
mil.
kind of a win now player as well, though. And Pacers aren't going all in now. They just traded Chris Duarte for like 2 second-round picks or something. I think it was.
Yeah, I guess that's fair, but like Bruce Brown isn't old. They also got like what Obi Toppin, and I feel like that's like, another like
Yeah.
young talent that they're going to develop. I think the Pacers are going to be really good in a few years,
Yeah, they definitely are.
especially after
I
like
think
signing Tyrese to the like 250 mil or something. Something crazy.
I think like rookie extensions this year have been like huge, right?
Insane.
Like if you look at Tatum's contract from just like a couple years ago, it was like 170, 180 something for 5 years. Right now it's like 250 over 5 years. I just think like rookie extensions have just gotten like so big. Like LaMelo signing like how much like two
Oh
fifty, two
yeah,
sixty. Yeah, like it's a lot of money for these like rookies. I think like this offseason in general, there weren't like a lot of like super big free agents. Like we didn't see any like super big stars
I mean,
come
outside of
across
James Harden, I would say the
this
one
season.
big star is James Harden, and then that's it. Like, there's a
I
huge.
mean, I say it would be Kyrie, but like none of them moved that much. I think the biggest move was Fred VanVleet, but
True.
Yeah.
Fred VanVleet's
Like I think like even Draymond Green, right? Like I
Yeah,
don't know. I
the
would have wanted to see Draymond Green like go somewhere else, but I guess Warriors are the best option for him.
Yeah, because he's already integrated in their system for so long that this is really just the best fit for him, best culture, fan favorite, I guess. Yeah, like you can't unlock Steph Curry into what he's been doing without Draymond Green, and that's why they had to sign him back, just for the pure chemistry, pure knowledge.
Oh, I think just real quick we can talk about the Kings. I think the Kings are looking really good. With Keegan Murray dropping like 41 in the summer league game, and like they added Chris Duarte, which is amazing, like scoring off the bench next to Malik Monk, and they added Sasha Vezenkov, which is like some really good European guy. He's like I think he's like a good shooter and he's tall, so like
Hey,
the Kings are
Chuck,
gonna be fun to watch.
Stojakovic again, just like the reincarnation.
Really?
No, I'm using like European big man that can shoot. It's literally just Stojakovic on the Kings again.
Does does D'Angelo Russell have a unibrow?
Sure,
Dang.
sure. Okay. I want to talk about one more trade before we just get into discussing like general summer league, and that's the Grant Williams trade. Not exactly the
Oh
best,
yeah.
but it's still like substantial enough, I'd say. Boston loses out on like a really key role player to their championship runs. They haven't won one, but they've been running towards it. Yeah. What do you guys think about it?
I think for Boston, after losing Marcus Smart and Grant Williams, those are like their two best defenders by far. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do with their team. I think this definitely not gonna be the same team moving forward. And for the Mavs, uh, they definitely got like their defender and shooter that they were looking for, but they're still looking for their big. So we'll just see what they do. And thank God Reggie Bullock's gone.
I think like Grant
How,
Williams,
yeah.
like I don't know. I feel like he was kind of traded because of KP, right? Like KP got in, he's gonna play power forward, and that's the same position that Williams plays. So I think they kind of just moved him because like free up some like like the rotations, free up some rotations.
I'm looking at the trade right now. Basically, the Spurs just took on Reggie Bullock's contract for getting a pick swap from the Mavs. That's it.
Yeah, so it's a good trade for the Spurs too. Like,
Yeah, I guess it's a good trade, right? Because maybe you can gas Reggie Bullock up if he's not good. I think this is the last year of his deal anyway, so it's like whatever.
yeah. And I think Grant Williams is gonna be like he's gonna be amazing next to Luka and Kyrie because he was like I think like 39.5 shooter off like 5 attempts or something from three, and that's definitely gonna go up next to Luka and Kyrie.
He's an alright defender too. Wait,
Yeah.
Grant Williams is literally just Georges Niang but taller.
Well,
Yeah.
he's like massive too. He's like super buff.
Yeah, he's just bigger Georges Niang, more expensive.
Batman. Okay. Summer League then?
Yeah, summer league. Scoot and was that? Yeah, it was Scoot and Amen Thompson both got injured in the same game, which is pretty funny.
But they're
Like
gonna be fine, right? It's
yeah, I
nothing
think
serious.
no, I think Amen is out for like 2 to 3 weeks, so he's not gonna play for the rest of the summer league. He fucking played like one game, got great stats, and then just got injured.
He was looking good though, yeah.
Yeah. I think all of the top five this year are gonna be solid. I didn't say good, I said solid. Because Brandon Miller has been fouling the shit out of everybody. How's that even? How do you get that many fouls, bro? Like, what are you doing? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
He thinks he's Paul George.
Wemby obviously had a disappointing offensive showing, but I think his defense was pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm
Fat
not worried
White's
about
is all right. Yeah, I'm not worried about Wemby either. I feel like he'll find his. I mean, you're like 7 feet tall and you move like Katie, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Also like the media attention is gonna be disgusting. Oh, Anthony Black. I was just watching him. I think he ended with like a crazy stat line. It was like 7 of 10. He had like 7 assists or something, like 8 rebounds, 3 steals or something like that. So he's definitely gonna be the best point guard in the league in a year. Just mark my
He
words.
was also putting up decent numbers for the summer league, if I remember. He's doing all right. Scoot is doing pretty
Who?
good, yeah. Scoot.
That's cute. Oh, Derek Lively. Um, I think the Mavs are still looking for their big, but Derek Lively definitely is like looking pretty good in summer league. He wasn't like getting the ball on the offensive end that much, but he was a really good defender, which is what the
I don't know
Mavs
what he's
need.
just known for though. They picked him because they needed a defensive center, maybe a lob threat.
Yeah, and they unlocked it.
Brian, you watch any
I
summer?
think yeah. I think one big like I don't even know what he's called, but I call him a rookie, right? Is like Chet, right? I think he's gonna be like I'm excited to watch this guy play. I just can't wait to see him like actually play like an NBA game for once, right? I do think that like he does have potential to be better than Wemby, like from like just like what I've been watching in like summer league. I think the issue with Wemby is that he's like unlike KD. I think he's just like he's not fast enough, right? Like he doesn't have like that quick first step like KD. And I think that's what like really like hurts his game. I think if he could like because like I know Chet got like a lot stronger over like the like since he was injured, right? I think Wemby kind of needs like get just like a little bit stronger, right? Or just like improve his like athleticism. You know what I mean? I feel like when I watch him play, he's like I guess it's because like he's so big, right? But like I think the main difference between him and KD is that he's just like not as fast and just not as quick as KD. And I think if he can like improve his athleticism, I think that like definitely makes him, a future like MVP.
Yeah, I mean like Wemby's like super mobile, so like that's already really valuable, which is like what makes him so good on defense. And I feel like moving forward, the Spurs don't need to like focus on him as like a self creator on offense. He can just be sort of like an off the ball threat or like secondary option on offense. But he's definitely like going to be a generational defender if he stays healthy.
I also think that like Scoot, I think his 3-point shooting definitely improved. Like he was not a super good like 3-point shooter when he was like before he got drafted. But I know that like ever since like summer league, right? Like just watching him like shoot, I think he's improved his like 3-point shooting. But that's just one game, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think that also might be a result of him training with Steph Curry, which when I saw that they were training together, I was like, this is the best thing for Scoot. Scoot's like strengths are being able to be really fast, get to the rim, dunk, good hops, all that. And then Steph Curry really complements the other side of the guard game, which is 3-point shooting and then playmaking. This is going to be like a great partnership. He's kind of passing off the torch. It's a great fit mentor wise for a Scoot, and I'm just really excited to see what he turns out into. I really think he can just become like Russell Westbrook, but with better shooting.
I think in his prime, Russell Westbrook was like a pretty good shooter.
He was pretty good. Like I feel
In
like
the
Scoot
60s.
could be even better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Blazers are just going to be fun to watch in general next year with Ant still there, and then Shaden Sharp and Jeremy Grant with Scoot
Don't
running
call
the
Anthony
offense.
Simons Ant, bro. Come on.
It's Ant.
No, it's not.
No, there's an
He's the
Ant-Man
second
and
best
Ant.
Ant in the league.
Okay, second. Okay, Ant two. But yeah, definitely the Blazers have a great young core going. The only problem I have with it is that they're all like guards and wings. They don't really have like a young big that fits their timeline yet. Um, yeah, I could. I feel like I don't know any young centers that are available to be traded. Actually, what if the Blazers got Ayton?
Hell no. What? I mean, like
Okay,
not right now. At least they're young.
Dude, like when they try to contend.
I mean, that's gonna be in a few years,
I
I
think
don't
that
so
know.
like
we don't know.
the Blazers, right? Like this is probably like the most forgotten player in the league, but like I think Ben Simmons could work on the Blazers, right? Like as a center, as like a big power forward center, like because like we know the jokes, right? Like we know how like terrible last season was for Ben Simmons, right? But I think him to the Blazers, I think it could work. Okay, I think Ben Simmons to the Blazers could honestly work. Right? Like get Damian Lillard out of there, send him to like the Heat or whatever, get some picks, get some like young players, and then go ahead and just get Ben Simmons, right? Like, just let him run your five. It's like he's a great playmaker. The only thing you can't do is shoot. That's the only thing you can't do. Okay, he's literally good at everything else, right? And
Ben Simmons just a more buff, shorter Jokic, but that can't shoot.
basically.
So it's not Jokic. What?
No, Jokic it's just like a little bit shorter Jokic. I mean, Ben was already a DPOY candidate.
Dude, Ben Simmons is like Mason Plumlee, bro. Like, stop
Okay,
trying to,
okay.
stop trying to gas it up. I
No,
mean, especially if you're
I
gonna like
think the
make him
See
thing
play
is,
in the
Jokic without the
conference.
shooting, or see Mason Plumlee with defense.
Mason Plumlee. I
I
got
think that like Ben Simmons on the Blazers would be pretty good. I don't know about fit wise because like Ben Simmons on any team is not a good fit, but
no. I
I
mean,
think
like
that
if you can somehow make the like he was like one of like the top 5 point guards in the league a few years ago. So like if you can make that guy turn into like play a
yeah,
Domantas Sabonis type role, I feel like that would be like a huge. But I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Ben
like
Simmons is
every
just a
offseason,
even shorter Domantas Sabonis with good defense.
I think they're the same height.
No, Domantas is 7'0", Ben is 6'10".
Domantas is he's a 7 footer.
That's what I said.
Oh my
He does
god,
not
no
look,
way.
he does not look 10 feet, cuz.
Like
bro,
every
that's what I'm
offseason,
saying. Like
I see
he's
like Ben
growing.
Simmons in like those like shooting clips, like
Shut
I
up,
just
bro.
wish
And then the
I want to
last
see Ben Simmons dribbling clips now.
dude, no, I don't get it. Like, is he like editing those clips or is he just like what's going on? How are you so garbage in like a regular NBA game?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like the same as like Luca fat loss clips, bro.
just
It's
come
fake.
back.
Just comes back every season.
I guess, yeah. Um, yeah. I want to talk about the Sixers real quick, just because I'm a Sixers fan, but also like they have I'd say they have like one of the most interesting situations of the contenders right now. They just like lost a bunch of free agents, Harden's on the block, but they also signed some interesting guys. I want to highlight like Mo Bamba. That's kind of a cool pickup, right? He can shoot the three. He's kind of like shorter Wemby, just shittier Wemby. He's long,
Nah,
he can shoot. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Cool pickup. I support
don't
it.
call Mo Bamba shorter Wemby. No,
I want to see
Mo
Bull Bull.
Bamba's
I
like
think Bull Bull is just the better version of Mo Bamba.
Yeah,
Mo
that might be.
Bamba is like Anthony Davis, but like with half his IQ. Like not basketball IQ, like human IQ, and also like half his
Oh,
health
what?
too. Like
Yo,
I watched the Magic, man. It's disgusting. He's a terrible player, but like I mean, he's gonna be a fine backup big if he
yeah,
stays
I
healthy.
I like I like it backup because the Sixers really needed like a big backup. They've been running off of like Montrezl Harrell, Dwight Howard, Andre Drummond, Paul Reed.
Jalen McDaniels, right?
Jalen McDaniels was a wing, but the Sixers always just
Uh,
like lacked bench big depth, height, which is yeah. Mo Bamba definitely checks it off. Like he's a 7 footer, he can defend the rim. Don't really know what he does on offense, but you roll with it. They re-signed Montrezl Harrell. Fucking hate this move. This man did not do anything for the Sixers last year, bro.
terrible.
He,
He was like the
Oh,
hustle player of the year in like
and they haven't extended Tyrese Maxey yet, which is I
they're trying
I
to
think
like they're trying
it's
to
all
make it
dependent on the Harden
flexible.
trade. What'd
They're
you say?
trying, they're trying to keep themselves flexible by like
Right.
uh waiting until like in case Dame like decides to come to Philly. I
That's
don't
not happening.
It's not
That's not
happening.
happening. Should I watch the
um
Magic?
yeah, like I said before, the Utah Jazz extended an offer to Paul Reed, but he's an RFA with the Sixers. It's like 3 years, 23 million, which is like a lot of fucking money. But I think Paul Reed is worth the investment, especially the next 3 years he's going to develop as opposed to like a veteran at the vet min that you sign. And then finally Patrick Beverly, love this move. He's a dog. He's gonna like yell at Embiid when he gives up in game sevens or game sixes or just like in the semifinals.
if y'all make the playoff.
I don't know. I like Patrick Beverly's like style. Like I like
I think my prediction for next year is that the Sixers get swept in the first round.
honestly I could fucking see it. Like I
By the first seeded Magic,
shut the hell up.
led by Anthony Black.
Shut the hell up.
Anthony Black is like
Those
Magic
sides.
Johnson if he was like better.
Bro heard the word magic and tried to name associate.
I feel like Magic Johnson should have played on the Magic. That would be cool.
That would have been kind of funny, yeah. Okay,
Bro, what the hell?
anything else you want to talk about? Summer League?
Not really.
What about
Kason Wallace looked good today.
Yeah. Oh, Julian Champagny from the Spurs. He's looking pretty
Oh
good.
yeah.
Obviously, he's been balling in Wemby's absences when he like just isn't on the court. He's kind of cool. I like him. I think he could be like a valuable part of the Spurs' future, or he could be traded for good amount of assets too. Both work. I saw some Brandon Miller. Like Brandon Miller has a smooth game. Like he said, like his favorite player is Paul George. I agree, he's a very smooth game. I saw him like take some good threes, but he's also like kind of just inefficient. I saw him shoot like 3 for 12 yesterday, which is definitely not good enough efficiency for this league. And obviously just his foul trouble. It's kind of questionable. Like he definitely has like an semi-polished offensive game, especially for a rookie. Definitely good for a rookie, but his defensive game is lacking. And that's
my
why
opinion?
he's so tall.
I just like I don't like judging like players like off of like summer league, but like whatever they're doing, right? Because like
Fair enough, yeah.
I remember like in like the first game of the 2021 season, like LaMelo Ball, he scored like 0 points or something like that in his like first ever NBA game, and people were like writing him off. But yeah, I just think that like I think all these players are gonna eventually become like pretty good players, right? Like in my opinion. Um, like even though Brandon Miller is like what the hell is he doing right now, right? I think once like regular season comes around, he's like 10 games in. I think he'll like average at least like 12 points a game, like 11 points a game, you know. Wembanyama, right? I think when he goes into like regular season 10 games in, he's averaging I think 16, 17, 15 points a game, right? And honestly, like I think this draft class, I don't think anyone's gonna average like 20 points per game, not because like they're not good enough to do that as a rookie. I just don't think that like other team or like the position they're playing or just like the general system they're in isn't going to allow them to do that.
The Anthony Black
But yeah,
disrespect
I
is
think the
crazy.
best like I think the best rookie. I've never watched Anthony Black in the summer league yet.
Oh, you'll watch it when you watch the finals
So
next year.
I think Chet.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, can we?
No, I'll be
I
watching
can't believe
Chet,
Chet's a
which is
rookie.
Finals MVP.
Chet is gonna have like a Ben
Yeah,
Simmons
he's winning
level
Rookie of the
year.
Year. I'm calling it right now.
How many years do you guys think it's gonna take for Wemby to earn Defensive Player of the Year? Do you think he's gonna make all defensive team his rookie year? Yes or no?
If he stays healthy, maybe.
Hell no, bro.
I
I just
think
think there's too many like good like defenders now in the
No, I
league.
can't wait for like Montrezl
Wait,
Harrell
is
to like step
defensive
on the
player of
court
the
and
year
fucking.
still like
say what?
yeah, it's just like I want to see him against Brooke Lopez.
Oh,
I want
bro.
to see him against Giannis. I want to see him
Okay.
against non-horny Zion.
My reasoning for this is like Matisse Thybulle made second team All NBA in his like third year coming off the bench. If like that little performance, like he obviously like the time he was on the court, he was fucking amazing on defense, but he was also coming off the bench. I'm saying like if this
I
is the
just think the issue,
need to
like
all defense, I think Wemby has a shot to make it either his first year, definitely his second year at that point.
because like right now it's like basically all defensive teams are just the best like 10 defenders in the league right now because it's like it's all positionless, right? I think that like Embiid, I would say Embiid's definitely a better defender than him, right? There's like Giannis, there's Lopez, there's JJJ, there's like Marcus Smart, Drew Holiday. I think it was like all this talent in the league right now. I just don't see him making like a top 10 defensive like team right now. Maybe I think if he does, it's gonna be like one of like the bottom votes is like 8, 9, or 10 in like a second
I mean,
team all defensive.
we'll also see because like it's all based off the media votes, and the media loves Wembanyama because he's going to be the next big money maker. So like the hype might carry him far.
Fair enough. Yeah. It's been a very interesting free agency. It's been like it feels like it should have been quiet, but there's also been a lot of noise going on. You know what I mean? Like looking at the
There's a lot
names,
of small moves.
super exciting, but they've just been role players, like impactful role players.
Yeah. I want to see a big trade, right? Like I think this offseason is kind of like it's kind of like it's been kind of like nothing really like exciting has happened, right? Like all the stars remain on the same team. I want to see a huge trade, right? Like Damian Lillard trade, like a Harden trade, something like that. Like just a player gets traded for something.
Okay, I think we're running out of time, so thank you all for joining us on the Knowing Basketball podcast. Our next episode will probably be out in around 2 weeks. We have school coming up and summer programs. So yeah, see y'all then. Thank you for watching. Bye.
So
Bye bye.